dear students. So I am Chetana A.S., lecturer in chemistry, Maharshi PU College, Mysore. First, I would like to welcome all of you for the pre-university course in Maharshi PU College. Since you have chosen science as a pre-university course, so you are going to study here science, along with that mathematics you are going to study. Okay. So in science, you are going to study about three branches, that is chemistry, physics and biology. Instead of bio, you can also opt for computer science. Along with these main courses, you are also going to study about the languages that you are going to choose. Okay. So since I am a chemistry faculty here, so I am going to talk about few aspects of chemistry. So now we will talk about bridge course on chemistry. Okay. What do you mean by this bridge? Bridge andre ಏನು ನೆನಪಿಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? A bridge is what a bridge will connect point A to point B. Right? So the bridge andre ಒಂದು point A ಇಂದ point B ಗೆ connect ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು bridge ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. You might have seen London Bridge, right? ಅದೇ ತರ bridge ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ bridge course ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ a bridge will connect here the bridge course, a special course called bridge course will connect you people for your 10th what till 10th what you have learned, no, that is going to be connect this bridge course to your pre-university board. Okay, that means in order to understand the pre-university subjects, so you should have some prior knowledge. That prior knowledge can be acquired through this course called bridge course. The moment I say the word chemistry, what comes to your mind? And chemistry and takshan in talega ಏನು ಬರ್ತದೆ? What you will understand? What comes to your mind if I say the word chemistry? So I am pretty sure that so many reactions will come to your mind, right? And also many experiments. You can imagine yourself standing in the laboratory wearing an apron and performing so many experiments. And also you can observe so many colorful chemicals around you, right? So all these will comes under chemistry. Yes, what you imagine is correct. Exactly. In chemistry you can see colorful chemicals around you. Okay. So where exactly chemistry lies? If you carefully observe the environment around you, if you carefully observe the environment that is present around you, there are infinite number of chemical reactions that are going to be takes place in every single minutes. Okay, so chemistry, what you are going to study, that is not only the chemistry. Chemistry is around you. Many thousands of chemical reactions that you can observe in this world if you observe carefully. So for example, so in our body, so infinite number of chemical reactions are taking place during the metabolism, right? Whatever the food we are going to take, the complex food, that will be converting into simple form, that is called digestion. So with the help of the enzymes, right? That is all what chemical reactions. And for example, if you see the iron, rusting of iron, okay, that you can see. There is a development of some grey layer on the grey coat on the iron surface. That is also what? It is chemistry. Okay. So and also, so what many chemical reactions that you can observe in the environment if you observe it carefully. Then what you observe is also chemistry. Actually, the definition of chemistry will be like this. Chemistry is a branch of science. There we are going to study about which deals with composition, structure and properties of matter. Okay, universe is made up of matter, right? So about that matter in the chemistry we are going to study about the composition of the matter, in the sense how that matter is going to be made up of. That is called composition. And what is that structure of that matter? And also, what are the properties of that matter? So in detail, we are going to study in the branch of science called chemistry. Chemistry plays a very, very important role in our day-to-day life. Okay, so that means since the moment we wake up, we are depending on chemistry. Like how? So we are going to use toothpaste, right? That toothpaste is also made up of chemicals. Toothbrush, the bristles of the brush is also made up of polymer. They are also chemicals that we are going to use. That is a polymer. Okay, and also water. What is water? We are depending on the water, H2O. It is also chemistry, right? The structure of water and everything we are going to study here in the branch of science that is called chemistry. Okay, and body composition. If I see our body, it is composed of so many elements. Like we need sodium, we need potassium, we need sulfur, phosphorus, like that. And 60% of our body is made up of water. Okay, there and all lies chemistry. That means chemistry plays a very, very important role in our daily life. Chemistry in our daily life. Okay, water. So we know how much water that we are going to use in the daily life, right? Water and the formula H2O. Table salt. Okay, the what we can say, the taste for the food is because of our table salt, right? The formula is NaCl. Next, table sugar. Table sugar, what we are going to use is fructose, having the formula C12H22O11. Like vinegar. Vinegar we are going to use, the formula will be CH3COOH. And baking soda. So we are all fond of fluffy cakes and all, right? So that is made up of what is baking soda. Baking soda they are going to be used to make the cakes and all, cakes, breads and all in the bakeries, right? They are going to use this baking soda having the formula NaHCO, this sodium bicarbonate we say. Next, so like washing soda. Okay, so like we can say so detergents we are going to use like Surf Excel and all, you will be knowing, right? That is all washing soda. The formula will be sodium carbonate. Next, soaps. So we know that in our daily life we are depending upon this. Now because of this pandemic, we are concentrating. There is an increase in the concentration of hand wash and all, right? So we have to use the soaps for our hand wash to increase the hygiene. So what is soap then? It's a long chain fatty acids having the formula. So C17 H35COONA, that is long chain fatty acids are going to be used in the manufacture of the soap. And also a toothpaste. So you just tomorrow you just go and check the ingredients or the chemicals that they are going to be used in the manufacture of the toothpaste. If you read the content of the toothpaste, so mainly the toothpaste consisting of this calcium carbonate, sodium fluoride and sorbitol. Okay, ನೋಡ್ತೀರಾ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ನಾಳೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟೂತ್ಪೇಸ್ಟ್ ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇನ್ ಆಗಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. Okay, next bleaching powder. Bleaching powder, we are aware of this bleaching powder. The composition of that bleaching powder is a sodium hypochlorite we call. Okay, sodium hypochlorite, NaOCl. Next, chalk. Nim teachers alla chalk alli baritaralva board mele. Chalk is nothing but what? Calcium carbonate. Okay, CaCO3. And you might have seen the inverters. Inverters ನೋಡಿದಿರಲ್ವಾ? ಆ inverters ಗೆ often they are going to be fill that inverters with the help of some liquid. ಯಾವ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ H2SO4 along with the distilled water ಅನ್ನ fill ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ in order to recharge that inverter. So ಹೀಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, we are depending upon so many chemicals in our day-to-day life. Let's talk about chemistry in our body. See, this is human body. This human body is made up of 62% of water and 16% of proteins will be there. Okay, that we will be having so many elements in our human body. So the percentage composition we see, oxygen it is 65% will be present in our body. A carbon 18%, hydrogen 9.5%, nitrogen 3.2%, calcium 1.5%, and phosphorus is 1.2% present in our body. Okay, next some minor salts will also be present in your body. They are also required for our human body. Okay, next some 1% of carbohydrates will be there. We know that proteins are the building blocks of our body. Our skin, our hair, like nail, and everything is made up of proteins, right? So, and many enzymes that are going to be helping in the digestion of our food is also made up of enzymes, are made up of proteins. 16% of the body is made up of proteins, the structural constituent of our body. So here potassium we see 0.4%, and sulfur 0.2%, sodium 0.2%, and chlorine so 0.2%, magnesium 0.1%, and other traces metals will also present in our body in less than 1%, and also fat. Fat will also be present in our body, and 16% of the fat will also be present in our body. The person like who is fatty will have more than 16% fat in their bodies. Okay. Then from this we can understand that our human body is also made up of n number of chemicals or elements, right? Now chemistry in food production. Okay, so we know that our humans depends upon the plants for the food, right? So we cannot synthesize our own food. We are depending upon the plants for our food. So we know that in the plants we know that there is one pigment in the leaf, that is chlorophyll. Using that pigment and uses raw materials like carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight, that is solar energy, the plants will prepare their own food, and by the release of oxygen. Okay, so this food is nothing but glucose. That glucose we are also using. Even plants are also using that same glucose. Humans also use that glucose. So there also chemistry play a very, very important role. Yes or no? The photosynthesis itself is a chemical reaction. Okay? Yeah. Chemistry in digestion. So we know that when we are going to take a food that will be in a complex form, right? That complex form food will be converting into simple form by the action of several enzymes which are going to be secreted in our body, right? With the help of those enzymes, the complex food will be converting into simple food, and that will be releases energy. That is called digestion, right? The process of conversion of complex food into a simple form and also in the form of energy by the action of several enzymes which are there in our body is called as digestion. So here also chemistry plays a very, very important role in digestion, right? So when in our human body, what thousands of chemical reactions are going to be taking place. When you sleep also, several infinite number of chemical reactions are going to be takes place in metabolism of our food also. Okay, so some of the reactions I wish to take here. Proteins, whatever the proteins that we are going to intake, with the help of the enzyme called protease, that will be converting into simple form, that is amino acids. Okay, and now these amino acids are helping in the what structure, that is to build the body. Okay, we know that proteins are regarded as building blocks of our body, structural units of our body, like our skin, our nail, and everything is made up of protein, right? So amino acids are going to be used in that. Similarly, starch, whatever we are going to take, that may be in the form of carbohydrates, that starch with the help of amylase that will be converting into maltose, that maltose with the help of maltase enzyme that will be finally converted into glucose, that gives energy for our body. Yes or no? So food illadre namage energy iralla, right? Now food tagodidu digestion agbeku, digestion agi energy release adaga matra namage ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So ಅದೇ ತರ lipids, whatever the lipids we are going to take, with the help of lipase enzyme that will be converting into fatty acids and glycerol. That means Even we are going to use our chemistry in digestion also. See, our emotions are also controlled by few hormones in our body. Okay, that means, so whenever we feel happiness, the one hormone is responsible for that. That happiness hormone is serotonin. Okay, when in our body serotonin is going to be secreted, that is responsible for happiness for a for human body. Similarly, happiness plus in the sense ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ ಆದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಂಡೋರ್ಫಿನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. whenever the body secretes this endorphins hormones, we will feel more happiness. Okay, so then similarly bonding hormone oxytocin, that means whenever our body secretes oxytocin, so that builds the bonding between any two individuals. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ಬರ ಹತ್ರ ತುಂಬಾ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ಬರ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಫೀಲೇ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಲ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಟೋಸಿನ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. when oxytocin releases, that means bonding, that is called a bonding hormone that builds the bonding. Okay, next, so reward hormone or motivational hormone. sometimes ನೀವು ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು motivational video ನೋಡಿ you will get motivated. ಯಾಕೆ ಮೋಟಿವೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಲ್. the name of that hormone is dopamine. Okay, these are all plays very important role in controlling our emotions. Now we have chemistry in industries. Okay, in industries also what we are going to is like industries like glass industries, cement industries, paper industries, textile, whatever we are going to use different colored textiles, fabrics and all. That in that textile industry, dyes industry, leather industry, paints, pigments, petroleum, sugar, plastic and pharmaceutical industry, as well as in the polymer industries, chemistry play a very important role, right? So in all these industries they are going to be use several chemicals. Okay, similarly chemicals in domestic area, like in our domestic when we come to the domestic aspects, in the form of detergents, oils, fats, sugar, paper, glass, plastic, paints, cosmetics, perfumes and cooking gas. So all these contains several chemicals, right? Chemistry in agricultural field. So in agricultural field various chemicals are going to be used, okay, to increase the food production. So they are going to be used like fertilizers, they are going to be used, right? Fertilizers composed of urea fertilizer we might have seen, and ammonium sulfate, so calcium phosphate, sodium nitrate. These chemicals are going to be used as a fertilizers in order to enhance the growth of the crop. Okay, next similarly insecticides. Insecticides will kill the insects. Okay, so just some insects will destroy the crop. They, in order to inhibit the activities of them, so they are going to be use some of the chemicals. Example for them is DDT, chlorodane. Next, pesticides. Pesticides are going to be which kills the pests, that is microorganisms, algae and all. They also inhibit the growth of the crop. So there some examples are boric acid and pentachlorophenol. Okay, like this we are going to use these chemicals in agricultural field. Chemistry plays a very important role in increasing comfort, pleasure and luxuries, right? So look here, synthetic fibers, that means we are going to use different color clothes, right? Like nylon material we are going to use, Decathlon material we are going to use, right? Nylon cloths, and we are going to use, there we are going to use the chemistry, that is increasing fabrics or fibers we say. Next, synthetic dyes. Okay, so whatever the colorful clothes that we are going to use, that we are going to wear, that is made up of different colors, right? That colors are nothing but dyes. Okay, from dyes are play very important role in a manufacture of different colored clothes. Okay. Next, building material. As usual, you know that building material means we can use iron as a main content in building the buildings and all. Okay. So and supply of metals, like we are all fond of gold, silver, diamond, platinum and all, right? So there also the chemistry plays a very important role. Similarly, chemistry in improved health and sanitation facilities. Okay, this is a very important thing. So chemistry play a very important role here. That is life-saving drugs. Okay, so whenever we will be having some diseases or some what we can say, some diseases to our body, we will go for the doctors, and doctors will suggest us to take some medicines, right? That medicines are nothing but what? They are the chemical compositions. They are called drugs. Okay, they are inhibit the activity of what certain disease causing agents. Okay, and also in the form of analgesics we will be using. Analgesics means which will reduce us the pains, and antipyretics. The antipyretics means which reduces body temperature. When we will be having fever and all, we will be taking it. Just for example, if I say paracetamol, so we will take aspirin. So we are going to use, and tranquilizers. They are the medicines used to kill or used to reduce the mental disorders. Okay, and antiseptics, we know that antiseptic Dettol and all we are going to use now because of this pandemic COVID-19. There is an increase in the interest to wash our hands often, right? There and all we are going to use this antiseptic. And anesthetic are also the chemicals that are going to be used to, in order to what we can say during the operations and all, for the in order to consciousness, to make it as a consciousness and all, we are going to use anesthesia. Okay, so there we are going to use the anesthetics. And also you might have seen in the present situation HCQ. Okay, HCQ is a present drug for the COVID-19. Okay, that HCQ is also what chemical composition, that there also chemistry play very important role. Chemistry is nothing without the experiments, right? So chemistry is full of colorful experiments. Okay, so few interesting facts regarding those experiments I wish to discuss here. So flame test. Okay, flame test, how do they perform is, flame test ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, so they are going to be taken salts of any metal, like salts of any metal salts you can take in the form of chloride you can take. So make a salt paste of that salt with the help of hydrochloric acid. That means take a salt and add few drops of HCl to it, make it a semi-solid, and take that with the help of a platinum foil or even with the help of a glass rod and hold it to the flame. So when we hold it to the flame, you will observe colorful flame you can observe. That means if I take a sodium chloride and make a paste of it with the help of HCl and hold it to the flame, you will observe what yellow color. Okay, yellow color na import ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ to this flame. Okay, sodium gives yellow color to the flame. Okay, similarly lithium, if you take it, imparts red color, and calcium burns with brick red color, and strontium, if you take, it is crimson red color, barium apple green color, and cesium violet color. Andre, so different elements will impart different color to the flame. This same flame test you are going to perform in the lab. Okay, you can observe colorful flames when you take different salts. Is that not interesting for you people? Yes, chemistry is colorful. It is composed of colorful chemicals. You can see during the experiments. Okay, similarly, so another interesting fact, why ice floats on the water. So when you put ice, so you might have imagined, when you put ice and the alcohol or else to the water, what happens? Ice floats on the surface of the water. Is that not interesting? Yes, it is interesting, right? Because, so density of ice is less. Okay, density of ice is less than compared to the density of the water. Because if you carefully observe the structure of this ice consisting of vacancy in the interior of the ice. That means entire volume is not occupied. Some of the volume is void or empty, over empty space you can see in case of ice. And also extent of hydrogen bonding is more in water compared to the ice. The cage like structure ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಐಸ್ ನ ಇಂಟೀರಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು might have see ಐಸ್ ನ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, so that is empty space. Okay, because of that density of the ice is less than the density of the water, so the reason ice floats on the surface of the water. So we will be discussing few more interesting facts. Okay, next interesting fact is why onions makes you cry. Okay, so you might have observed that when you chop the onions you will feel like crying, right? So why it happened? Because these onions will be having stable compounds called sulfates in them. When you chop it, what happens? The cells of the onion will releases some chemical called alliinase. That alliinase combines with sulfate to form propane thiol sulfoxides. This chemical is responsible for the tears in our eyes. Okay, that sheds the tears in our eyes because of this chemical. So when the same compound, when we heat, what happens? That compound which is formed will be deactivated due to the formation of thiosulfonates. Because of the formation of thiosulfonates, so what happens? That the activity will be reduced, and this cannot shed the what we can say tears, because this is deactivated form. So that's why when we cook the food, the whatever the onion, that will be deactivated. Okay, is that not interesting for you people? Yes, chemistry is very, very interesting. Okay, why lemon taste is sour? Due to the presence of citric acid. Okay, similarly, so tamarins are also sour because of the presence of tamarind. Okay, chemical. Tamarind, why it is sour in taste? Because of the presence of tartaric acid. Okay, so similarly, colors of the tomatoes. So you can see the beautiful color for the tomatoes, right? It will be having red color. Okay, that is due to the presence of lycopene chemical. Okay, similarly, why chilies are hot or spicy? That is also because of one chemical. The name of that chemical is capsaicin. Okay, so like this, chemistry will be everywhere. Now let us discuss the branches of chemistry. So the huge chemistry is going to be classified into different branches. So different branches. So chemistry deals with the study of composition, properties, and also composition, properties, and also structures of the matter, right? That branch of chemistry is going to be classified into different sub branches. So like the branch of chemistry will be classified into physical chemistry, analytical chemistry, biochemistry, inorganic chemistry, and organic chemistry. Still several branches will also be there. These are the 5 important branches of the chemistry. Okay, in that, what do you mean by this physical chemistry? A physical chemistry is a branch of chemistry. Here what we are going to do is, it is a study of applications and techniques and theories of physics in chemical system. That means see, here we are using the principles of physics in order to study the nature of the matter that we are going to take in the chemical system. For example, which includes the concepts like electrochemistry, chemical kinetics, solid structures. So all these will be comes under this physical chemistry. Okay, so and next comes analytical chemistry. Analytical chemistry deals with the study of qualitative and quantitative aspects. That is, what is present in what is present in the matter and how much percent will be present in the matter. The study of that is known as analytical chemistry. And biochemistry, next branch is biochemistry. The biochemistry is a study of chemistry which lies in living things. Okay, that is the reactions, chemical reactions that are going to be takes place in the living things in our body. Okay, like that. Next, inorganic chemistry. Come to the inorganic chemistry. It is a special branch of chemistry. We know that in the periodic table, 111 elements are there. No, to study the properties of those elements which will comes under inorganic chemistry. And here we are not going to study about the compounds which consisting of carbon-hydrogen bonds. To study this carbon-hydrogen bond, we will be having a separate branch that is known as organic chemistry. So in organic chemistry, it is study of organic compounds which contains carbon and hydrogen bond. Simply we say that it is a study of hydrocarbons and their derivatives. Okay. So andre chemistry li one carbon ige anta separate branch ಇದೆ. To study the compounds of the carbon we will be having a separate branch known as organic chemistry. Yakandre carbon is a versatile element present in the periodic table that forms a large number of compounds because of its nature, like because of the formation of catenation, that is self-linking property to form a infinite number of compounds. And the carbon-carbon bond strength is there, that is very high. Because of very high bond dissociation energy present between the carbon-carbon, it forms a long chain. So that's why we need a separate branch to study the huge number of organic compounds. That is comes under organic chemistry. Okay, in detail we are going to study all these in your first PU as well as in second PU. Here in first PU and second PU we are concentrating on three main branches of chemistry, that is physical chemistry, inorganic chemistry and organic chemistry. Biochemistry and analytical chemistry you are going to study in your higher classes. Okay, so this ends introduction to our chemistry. Yes, chemistry is what? It is a very interesting and colorful and it is very easy. Let's crack the good marks in chemistry even in theory as well as in the competitive exam. All the best, students.